Hi everyone, welcome back to the Ubrik Show. With your host, Chef Hashim and Monash. So we hope you liked the previous episode where we were discussing, me and Monash were talking about, how your website, like the importance of a website and how it is not IT asset and it's a marketing asset. And we are assuming after seeing this video, some of you might have thought, you know what, I need to get a new website, or maybe I need to revamp my existing website because your website might not be generating you leads or it's not bringing you new business. So today we thought we'll make a super quick video, so short and sweet, to give you some pointers. If you are thinking of revamping your website or if you're thinking of building a new website, we wanted to give you some pointers on how to approach this. But before that, I want to ask Monash something. So Monash, what is the traditional approach of how did people traditionally make website? What is the approach they had?
I mean, when you create your website traditionally, so what happens is there is a brief that is created of what is required in a website. This brief is then given to contractors, or you do it in-house. You probably spend a lot of time, design the website, put the content together, and within few months, the website is live. And then it just stays live the same way for the next 3 to 5 years. Wait for things to stop working, wait for technologies not to work, and then think about, you know what, guys, we need another website. Yeah, things are not working, the requirements have changed, let's create a new website.
And again, go through the same process again.
Exactly. So this thing keeps going. So this is the old methodology. And if you guys are thinking about creating a new website or revamping one now, let's talk about the probably 3 phases that you should look at. And Chef, what's the first thing that you do when you
I think before I even get into the 3 phases, right, the core, the crux of the message, what Monash said of the traditional approach is, traditional website or this approach is broken. It does not work anymore. So if you're even in between a process, which this is what you have in mind, you need to rethink. So now coming to the approach that we are talking about, this is not an approach we invented. Yeah, this is an approach which many people are actually using. And a website development is actually broken down into 3 phases. Now, phase number 1 is, now you decided that you need a website or need to revamp your website. The first thing that you need to look at is not which is the technology stack you're going to use, what is the design, is it going to be HTML5, WordPress, Drupal, or ASP.NET? Remember, we are not IT, we are marketing guys, so we don't discuss about these things. The first thing you should look at is you should set some smart goals. Goals for your business. So ideally, if this year marketing, your goal is like to get, say, 100 conversions in the first 3 months. So to get 100 conversions, how much leads you need. To get this much leads, so you need to have a number, you need to have a business goal. Okay, this year, I want to achieve X number. Yeah. Once you have the smart goals with the website, yeah, the second thing that you do is you set an overall strategy for the pages. Like how many pages, what all should be the sub pages. Because what happens sometimes, we've done close to 30, 40 websites in the past 10 years at Ubrik, yeah. Now we've had clients come to us and say, you know what, this is our website, it has 50 pages, the new website has to be exactly 50 pages. Sometimes we actually realize that you only need 7 or 8 pages, because instead of having 10 different pages, you could have had 2 pages. But at the same time, for some clients, instead of having 2 pages, you actually needed 10 pages. So the whole idea is, first set smart goals. Second, decide on the page strategy from the get-go. You even call it sitemap, yeah? Exactly what pages. And the third thing that you exactly need to do is, you need to create a website wish list. Now, traditionally what happens is the first thing people do. They say, I want a chatbot, I want a login, I want a button which I'll press and a rocket will come out of my website and I'll go to the moon. I'm exaggerating. So the website wish list is basically every functionality or feature that you can think of that you think your website should have. Okay, this is the time to go crazy, put all this stuff. Okay, so once you do this, the whole idea is not to do everything at one go. Okay, you take like say 20-30% of this wish list, which you feel will be good enough to get your website started and which will actually help you to achieve your goal. So this is the first step. We are talking about this approach about building websites where the first step is three things. One, ideally is setting smart goals. Second, fixing your page strategy. Third is having a website wish list. Now, after this, Monash, what should we do?
Yes, now we're clear that why we need a website. Yeah. Next thing is we have this massive checklist of the button and going to the rocket and things like that. Yeah. And the chatbot and all the other things. So with this, we need to figure out where do we start? Which is that 10, 12, 13 pages that you require immediately. Again, which is linked to your SMART goal. If your SMART goal is to have X number of leads, what are those 10 pages that my buyer or my user would need to see so that it can actually convert into business or leads? So once you know those pages, think about the content that has to go into the pages. Think about the UX or
UI, yeah.
or basically the user experience. After this page, what is the kind of page they should see? When they click here, what should happen? That kind of experience and the design element. So this is where you've taken your wish list, and like Shiv said, take that 10, 20 or 30% of the thing that you think is necessary to actually start with. Take that and start developing it. And once you have that base version of the website, or we can call it the launch website, you move into phase 3. And Chef, what's phase 3?
So in phase 2, usually traditionally people jump directly into the phase 1 where they think of the content, design and user experience and all this stuff, yeah. But in this, as you saw, there is phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3. Usually website development stops at phase 2. And this is where the 2-year wait starts. But in this approach that we are talking about, the phase 3 is continuous improvements. Now, if you actually look at most of the famous startups, or like say Zomato, be it Talabat, or any other website out there, okay, which is like in the technology space, you can see every month or every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, the homepage is changing. Like what the website that you saw today might not be the website that you will see in a week's time. The reason is there are people sitting there, their job is to continuously make sure that the website is improved. Improved in what sense? Not the look and feel. Yes, a little bit of the look and feel. The main, like the metric here is conversions. What can I actually do so that more and more people convert into my website, more and more business? Because remember, you have set a SMART goal. So your SMART goal is to have like weekly 35 leads from your website.
Or in case of Zomato and Talabat, it could be the number of orders, or even probably the first version of the website, people had to go through 5 steps to create an order.
Yeah.
But now, if you improve a couple of buttons here and there, you can reduce that by 3 steps. So this could be a goal. So depending on what kind of business, the goal is there.
Yeah.
Sure.
So this is the third step. Third step is basically continuous improvements. Now, basically you need to have like 15 to 30 day sprints. Now, this does not happen immediately after you finish the second phase. Second phase, your website is live. Every 30 days, you can actually look at the data, because now you have installed analytics. Say you are having tools, which will actually show you user behavior.
The heat maps.
Yeah, heat maps, whatever, you can easily search some of these tools up. You will know which page conversions are low. It's all about maybe changing the color of a button, maybe changing the color of the CTA, or maybe sometimes adding a CTA, or maybe adding a chat button to that particular page. So the main takeaway of this whole approach is it's broken into 3 stages. The first 2 stages is when you plan and you go live with the website. The third stage is an ongoing approach. And what happens in this is, like we said, the traditional approach, 2 years, 5 years, the website is not touched. But in this approach, what happens is most probably you will never have to build a new website, because this constant improvements keeps changing the website. Already before 5 months, 6 months down the line, your website completely looks different, but your conversions have gone up. And for anybody wondering what this approach is called, this is, like we said, this is not something we invented. This is called the growth-driven design. Okay, this is something that HubSpot has introduced, and we are currently implementing this in-house. This is why if you come to the Ubrik page as well, many of our clients, you can see things keep changing. We are just A/B testing stuff. Yes, Munash.
So traditionally, again, little back to traditional, yeah. So we talk about annual maintenance contract, yeah. So when you have this brief, one section is called the annual maintenance contract. Now we are urging guys to think about, are we looking at an annual improvement contract, or a quarterly improvement contract, or even better, like Shiv was saying, a monthly improvement contract. So this is going to really affect the business positively and help you reach your goals.
That's all from us, guys. We hope you enjoyed this episode and you found value. Let us know what do you think. Bye-bye.